And I have a story that I don't share very often, and I've never shared it on the campaign trail. But this is a different group tonight than I've ever appeared before. And, you know, the reason that I think that I have the views I have about women was a result of my best friend, my mother. And my mother was taken from me in an automobile accident by a drunk driver. And those kind of phone calls are hard to take. And they made me appreciate what I had. And those of you who have experienced similar hurt in your life know what I'm talking about. And that is a horror that nobody wants to go through. And many of the things that we talk about in our Bill of Rights are things that cause horror to a lot of women in this country, and fear, and concern, and sleepless nights. And this may be, of all the things I've ever discussed in public service, this might be the one that will mean the most to me long term. It was great to put this event together tonight. Several women in this room really helped me put together this event, put together this Bill of Rights idea, and make this a special night for women in the state of Kentucky. Diane Brumback, who has fought her own battle last year, which many of you know is a picture of courage, what she's been through. And she had this idea. Stephanie Horn, who so many of you saw earlier, had her own battles and fought through them. I respect both of them. I respect both of them greatly. And you know, at 60 years old, it may be a little tough for me, but on October 11th, I'm going to try to run the race for the cure, okay, for you two ladies. But I better get to work on it quick. Why can't women feel safe in their own home? Why do we have 30% of females in this country who experience violence in the home place? I can't even fathom what it must be like to be held hostage in your own home, fearing every day when you get up what's waiting for you at the other end, going to bed at night with the pain that you've experienced as a result of an act of violence in the place that should be the safest for you. I can't imagine one of my 3 daughters working hard and not be entitled to equal pay because of their gender. I can't think of anything more unfair from someone who's been very fortunate in business, had great opportunities. I'm proud of the fact that so many women helped me do it. I'm proud of the fact that many of them have gone on to be leaders in their own right and entrepreneurs. And I can't understand how a U.S. Senator from Kentucky could possibly be against equal pay for women under any circumstance. Women should have the right to pursue educational and economic opportunities that, Jane, you referred to in your speech. They should get every advantage that I had. I grew up on a farm. Education separated me from what my dad did and I got to do. And education should separate every woman in this room from the generation before them and the next generation as well. And they need to know what chance they have out there. Why can't we have as many women entrepreneurs in this state as we do men? And I know, Phyllis, you've been an advocate of that for a long time, because I think we sponsored one of the first events in this state back some 25, whatever years ago. And Kentucky women also deserve quality child care for their children. They should be comfortable when they leave their children at daycare so they have the opportunity to explore greater advancement for them and their children. Women should also be able to receive fair treatment from government agencies and programs that should be available to every woman in the state. And many of you know that I've advocated universal pre-kindergarten for a long time because it's a great separator and it's a great unifier. Because if every child had that, they would all be given an equal start when they get in the first grade, whether or not they're in Kentucky, Mississippi, Arkansas, New York, or Illinois. And every woman should have access to quality, affordable health care for them and their family. And it is almost criminal that Mitch McConnell has not seen fit to help us ensure the 45 million people in this country that are uninsured and the 9 million children who don't get an equal opportunity to live a healthy life. And women also need to have the ability to know the resources available to them, whether they're seeking legal advice or financial planning or just knowing where to go if they need that special assistance. And as I said earlier about Stephanie and about Diane, there's no reason why women should ever suffer from preventable diseases like breast and cervical cancer. All we need is the opportunity to do screening, preventive care, education, and make sure they get an opportunity to live, not only for them, but for their children, because those diseases are taking women away at younger ages than they ever have before. And every woman should have the right to enjoy a safe and secure retirement. The golden years should be for travel and spoiling grandkids, which is why we should never jeopardize our retirement through risky schemes like privatization of Social Security. Don't you find it ironic that this administration and our senior senator wanted to privatize Social Security, and a result of their 8 years is we're going to nationalize the banking system? And then finally, as it was discussed earlier, women need to know their children are safe from online predators. The internet has become a great tool for society, and it's offered opportunities for many in this country, the likes of which they're unprecedented. But with it also comes great challenges and potential danger. And nobody in this room would ever be able to accept the fact that their children or someone that they're close to's children have experienced something that could affect their life like that for all their years. Everyone in this room knows what any kind of abuse as a child can do to you later. I think it's pretty clear that 8 years of George Bush is plenty. And 24 years of Mitch McConnell is more than enough. One of the first things that Senator McConnell wanted me to do when we had a debate was apologize to him. And I thought, well, what about the Huddleston family, the Sloan family, the Bashir family, and the Weinberg family? I don't think so, Mitch.